everyone here, and wow, it is early, so I can't be too loud because the missus is still in bed, unfortunately. But I could not miss streaming this game. It's the big game of the week, and basically, simply put, if one of these two teams win, they're in the playoffs. Just 2 games to go in the regular season. Top 3 make the playoffs, and whoever finishes top of the 2 play pools get a bye week 1. So, Blood of Amber versus Golden Discipline, Alma versus Trip. These two always love playing against each other. A great respected rivalry, I'd like to think. And there we go there. They're in inducements now, so I'll just quickly have a look at the two teams. Trippers is the lowest TV, I do believe. The big problem I've got for Tripp in this game, and it doesn't always happen like this, but I always worry about it, is he has no bench. So I'm just going to quickly see, because they're on Discord, they're just telling me what inducements were taken. Right, yeah, okay. So it looked like Trippers was going to go with Brab and 2 Babes, but then he changed it and went with Brab and a Mercer and Lano. It was always going to be a tough one because, like, a Brab, if it obviously works, he's got 2 dead players, and obviously anything he knocks on the floor, he's going to foul. So I quite like that, but I also like now he's got a Lano as well, so he's at least got a little bit of a bench, because there is a lot of AB7 in there. Unfortunately, Kotick is missing, and that's the reason why he's got the extra inducements, but he still has firepower in Foo Fighter, Gravity Kills, even Terminator, Scooter as well has got block, what's nice. Although if I remember correctly, Alma killed his last Yeti, or did something to the last Yeti. And then if we have a look at Blood of Amber, now Blood of Amber have been amazing all season. They've smashed every single team apart from one, and that's Goblins. And that's why we love Bloodbowl, I guess, because I think it's one of his games just about 3-0, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, look at that. Hey, hi, Shaky. So 3-1, or 2-0 against the Souls, 3-0, 3-0, 3. So he's got all these touchdowns, and they went against the Goblins and drew. He almost got pitch cleared, to be fair to him, but it just proves it, doesn't it, how bizarre Blood Bowl can be. Obviously, Nim's a very good witch elf. Use of Death Girl. What's the chance of they getting fouled to death? Like I said, he's got a quality blitzers there, and they're all quality. And then obviously these here. So the thing is, if you're looking for weakness, and again it's no bench, that is the main concern. There's no bench, and it's quite high TV still, but elves aren't they? It's just something I can't get my head around. So I'm going to go now to the game. If they have started, I will go back. Where are we? There we go. Morning, Shaky. Who you tipping to in this then? The winner goes to the playoffs. Or would a draw be better for you? I don't know. I think you've got a slim chance of making it with the right results, haven't you? I don't know if you've checked the results. But good to see somebody in chat with me who's going to talk. Now I've said that, you're going to leave me out, you're going to run away. Hey, clown, morning, mate. I'm trying to speak not too loud because the missus is still in bed. So waking her up on a night is death-defyingly dicey. But trying to wake up early in the morning. Well, who's got Fan Factor? Fan Factor's gone to the Golden Bliss. Armor train slowed down. Out? Oh, you mean out in the player? I thought I said, don't leave me. I think looking at this, is it fair to say that Tripp's got the ball first? Now, I think whoever won the toss was going to go first, by the sounds of it. I know Alma wanted to go first. So that's a bit disappointing for him. But if by some reason he doesn't lose a few players here, he's alright. I think the thing with Tripp is, if he gets on a roll, you've had it. Yeah, cool. Well, it's not cool. I know there's I know you got a good win over Dragoon, didn't you? I know there's 3 teams on 4, 1-4 draw and 1 hasn't they? Now what he doesn't want here is blitz defense, but at least he's got the kickoff return sort of there. Wait, oh my word! What did I just say? What did I just say? Well, now he's in trouble. I mean, to be fair, I was going to say how many times I'll see Alma get blitz. And he's done that quite a lot of times. I can't remember the last time he got a blitz though, to be fair to him. But that is huge. Just where the kick went out, my brain was saying, God, if he gets a blitz here now, you're in trouble. I mean, at least the kickoff return's there, but that is perfect for Alma. It's funny about Bloodbowl. I bet both coaches were thinking, God, I need to receive. I can guarantee now, if Alma had won the toss, he would have gone and received, and he would have had blitz against him. Yeah, exactly, Shaky. That's the way he beat him, totally. But this is a disastrous start for Hot Dice Alma. Interesting, he's got a agility 4 kick on the bench. Obviously, he's saving the kick for the next drive. But still, a lot of blow that is. Agility 4 kick, if you're going to keep him on the bench. I wonder if pressure will play a part in this. I don't feel pressure. I'll be honest. But I know a lot of coaches do, and there you go. What a start for the Dark Elves. I think basically as well that if Alma wins this, he had the best strength of schedule, so win this, then he only needs to beat Southie. The Oak teams have been extremely offish, aren't they, this season? I'd still like to think Southie could do us all a favour, but you know, I think Alma knows wins this, he's in the playoffs. That's the main thing he needs to do first of all. Win this game, and then worry about the last game. Obviously, myself, I play Disco Devo. He hasn't got back to me yet. What would be nice. But and then obviously Hawker as well, who looks to have a very, as Alma would put it, very favourable matchups left. Although I'm sure Donut will be like, whoa, what's this favourable like? Well, it's a good start for him. He hasn't rolled any double ones yet. Alma does seem to roll some double ones on his dodges. Now he needs, if the ball bounces here, he's loving it. Oh, well that helps. I did. I remember saying it. I mean, I do occasionally go for some whoppers in my predictions, like I did with Zijay. Well, that's sidestep, isn't it? He's going to sidestep onto the ball. That's a very bizarre. Ooh, it's a very bizarre start. Well, yeah, this I can't wait to see what he's going to do here. Ooh, that's a big one. Power DP. Yeah, Hawker, I have a lot of time for Hawker. Great guy, but also a very great coach. You know, people was like, I don't know if it was mind games or whatever, people was like saying, oh, I thought you'd have won your first game, Bernie. And I was like, look, apart from being really, really sick, not very well, I said, even if I was well, I would have been going for a draw. He was certainly with the strongest coach I was going to go up against, and rats with inducements and one-turners and all that stuff, they're a nightmare. And he's proven it. He's kicked ass, hasn't he? So he's got stun there. You would think he's going to try and use Terminator to get the ball. Well, that doesn't help. Yeah. Absolutely. Oh, here we go. Oh, bloody Bill's injured. Have a bit of that. He's fine, though. He's fine. He'll be back next week. So this is what Tripp needs to do. But he also knows he's got to get that ball, because if he doesn't, he's going to be 1-0 down. we go again. Oh wow, that's huge. That is huge. Dub skulls means there's very little room for an out. Parlon coming up, obviously. He needs to remove some players, and that's another one gone. And this is what Trip does. Every time I've ever had problems playing Trip, he just does this. He just removes players. He just has a ridiculous, like, Kaz dice rolls. I can't think of any other way I could do it. Say it. He's left his Yeti doing nothing at the moment. He needs that ball. He so needs that ball. And the problem he's got is both of them are sidesteppers as well, so... It's probably... Here we go. Let's see where he's going. Oh, wow. Well, that's what you get for trusting EA with your blitz. That's all I've got to say on that. Right, is he going to be ballsy? Is he going to go for it? I would go for it personally. Oh, beautiful scatter at least. At least with the Yeti not losing his tackle zone, that helps as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? He's had a blitz, he had a player KO'd, but he's actually come back, and these two are gone for the game. I know it's only a wrestle piece, I know it's only a low net, but numbers do count in these sort of games. And you'd expect maybe Trip might get a few more. The question is the Elves going to do what they're going to do? Yeah, he played that well enough. I know why he went for the Yeti, because these two are strength 4. But we'll see. I think for Trip it's all about attrition, because there's a good chance that the Dark Elves could score here. But if you can keep removing 1 or 2 plays every couple of turns, he'll win the game. You'd think. But we'll see. He might go for the runner here. And he does. And this is his pylon piece. Can he break arm it? Not the first time. Now, he does like to go a bit crazy on his pylons. And here we go again. I'm a big fan of Alma's, but sometimes I do think he just piles on way too much. You know? I think that would have been served, you know, better being stood up. You know, I don't think that's going to help him. I mean, he might remove some with these two guys, because he's only against mainly AB7, but I think he'd have been a lot better with that piece standard up. Or stood up. It does remove a lot, it does, but the problem is deciding when to use it. You know? Maybe he's thinking, well, I've lost 2 pieces, I need to, you know... Oh, that's a beautiful scarf Trip. You know? You've just got to sometimes think, right, okay, do I need him stood up here? And to be honest, yeah, you did need him stood up. You know, it's something you'd expect a kill coach to do. He's piling every time. So now he's got the guy on the floor. Oops. He's through. Oh, he's got it. He picked it up, the filthy Yeti. And just there. Oh, that's foul, isn't it? This is going to be interesting now. You would think the Yeti will come in with the help of this guy. This guy and the Yeti should be more than enough to take care of these guys. I'd be trying to manipulate the DP to foul his killer or something, maybe if you can. But again, I stress the ball's more important at the moment. You'd think, well, there's a few things he can do, but I'd imagine he'll do what I would do, yeah. And then he's going to blitz with this guy. He knows it's a 4 dice. Regardless, he can't afford not to get this ball loose. Just the safe moves first. It's all going to be on this guy. Finn Gunbjorn. There we go. Gets him first time like a pro. He'll push it to this side, surely. He does. Can he break? Ooh, oh, that's not a good scar. There's been some bad scars so far. Might even see foul on the witch as well. That'd be tasty when he's like, oh, I so want to foul that witch. That doesn't have guard, I don't think, either, does it? So there's definitely some stuff they can do here. Especially on this one. And this is what I like about good players. They're a lot easier to know what they're going to do. So I could go, oh, well, we can do this, do that. And he does it. It's great. Oh, God, you'd be tempted to foul that, wouldn't you, with a Brab as well. You've got your DP here. I mean, you want to get the ball safe, don't you? You want to hold the ball, but man. Tell you what. Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to go for the foul. I just want to say, well done. Hey, Wenda, how you doing, dude? How you doing, buddy? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this Brab better be good. Hope you're doing well, bud. You made the Rebel playoffs this season? Are you still playing Rebel? That was a bit... I'll tell you what... Oh, wow. Where's he going? Where's he going? Where's he going with the A? Surely the A would have been better over here. Dear me. Just remember, this is a big game. This is week 6 or week 7. Obviously, if one of these two teams was to win, they would make the playoffs. There's only 6 places in 2 divisions this season, remember? So not many are going to be making the playoffs. Oh, that's just pure filth. That's even more filth. Oh, wow. I was going to say, if you double won that after this. And all of a sudden, Trip now is in a very good position. All the rolls. Yeah, so he's got rid of the strength for Witch off there, was good. Did cost him his Brab, at least his Brab worked, I guess. He'll still foul. So at the moment he's got that guy to cover. Blitz is a Krull Mistress. Are we on about MML Blitz or are we on about this Blitz? You've got me there. Excellent. How's your clan doing? We've got the Xbox this week. There's been a lot of smack talk between PS4 and... he does have a bench, Shaky. He bought a loner, that guy there, and he's got that guy. Yeah, we play Xbox this week, so the smack talk's already started. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of pressure for PS4, because since we've been in the clan competition, we've never been beat in a round. Yeah, he won 4-0, didn't he? I tuned into 10-15. That's all I saw. It's a game. I know his lucky charm got killed. I expected to win that game though. His team was full strength. Unfortunately, hers wasn't. Ariel's wasn't. But yeah, 4-0. Bit of a spanking that. Hopefully, she didn't lose anything. But I did say about Blitz that they didn't have a bench and there was a lot of squishy pieces there. So my concern with that team was if they could last the season. They got away with it week 1, but since then they've been getting whooped about, haven't they? Now it's going to be interesting what Alma does. He doesn't like being scored on. He likes to be aggressive. He doesn't like to give up on a player. But is that a sign of maybe he's waving the white flag? Surely not. Doesn't sound very Alma that. But we'll see. Well, there's them. It's fun if it isn't to it. Well, Yeah, it's funny because, like I say, you know, we always have a lot of fun with the PC lot because obviously we're console coaches, but now it feels like the boot's on the other foot because obviously we're playing against Xbox, who PC seem to think as lowly as we are, as lower than PS4. So pressure's on us this week. Yeah, there's your double one. He always does a double one, does Army. Loves to do a double one. But at least it's got his strength 4 there. I mean, it's easily to get him off if he puts enough in there, isn't it? That's the thing. This Yeti's behaving extremely well. So I was going to say that doesn't help, but that one doesn't have block. Trip removes another one. He's removing these pieces very nicely. It's obvious who's going to win. Why would you say that overkill? Tell me overkill. It's going to be Alma. I don't know, mate. I think he's in a bit of trouble. And he got the blitz as well. He's the best. Even the best lose sometimes, overkill. Great year. Oh, he wouldn't have wanted that. He would not wanted that. He would have wanted that knocked down. Oh, is he going to be able to... Just I can't remember if Trip likes a cage or not. You better pray that I don't do with double 1E now, though. I understand why he did it, though, because it's a sad step. If he didn't knock him down, he'd be dodging anyway, but... He's got jump up, hasn't he? So he's probably going to go, what about here? No, he's going to go there, okay. That player's going to go there, then? In these sort of situations, I don't know about you guys, but I'd have rather done the dodge first, then move these players. Because these players are coming from around here, you might as well do your ball carry first. Because if he fails, he's going to fail up here. And you'd be out of position on a double 1 there. People might say, well, Ben, it's only a double 1, but what just happened here? Oh, I don't like this foul. I know why he's doing it, but... yeah. So Alma is under pressure. Obviously Alma coming into this game feeling good. 4 wins and just a draw. Just that one hiccup on his CV, and he's still a draw. Tripper's coming in with the exact same 3 teams on played 5, won 4, drawn 1, going into round 6 of 7. A win for either of these teams guarantees their playoffs. So there's a huge incentive. And at the moment, you've got to say, Trip's looking good for at least a draw here. But I've seen Alma do some crazy stuff before and get it done. But Trip is a good player, and I've got a feeling Trip will still remove players. He very rarely makes a mistake. I saw Zijia leave a massive gate open when he was in a good position when he played Alma. Don't expect that from Trip. Yeah, now he needs to try and get rid of a few of these Norse. If we can get rid of a few of these Norse, that'd help, but the Norse AV7 is holding up better than the AV8 of the Dark Elves at the moment. Here comes his killer. Yeah, that's just... now he will pile on this. No doubt about it. He's piled on everything else. Oh, he might need to. Oh, perfect. Gets rid of it and can tag. That's brilliant. Trip don't play Rebel, does he? I don't think Trip would win Rebel. He's a good coach, but he's not in Rebel, to my knowledge, unless he's playing it without telling me. Fripperous. Yeah, Rebel's extremely hard to win, isn't it? I got through to the playoffs from Division 4E in America. I play either a Chaos kill team or a Nurgle 2000 plus kill team in my first round. Oh, joy is it? All good fun. Was thinking of coming back with dwarfs, but that could be bad for my health in there. Oh, here we go. If he can remove this killer, that'd be huge. Killer holds. He's still going to go in with. There's a lot of pylons going on. Again, the pylon made no sense there, unless he's. Well, what's he going to do here now? Well, Trip's going to have to. He'll have to go backwards now. That's an interesting thing. I'm just looking where the tackle is on the Dark Elves, and they don't really have any, do they, on the pitch? They've got that one, and that's it. That's all. Oh yeah, they've got the Witch Elf as well. So they have 2 tackle in the full team. Who's this down here? No one. Yes, overkill. Get yourself motivated, Sunshine. Right, there's a cage. Yes, go make yourself some breakfast, buddy. Always better with breakfast. Not like I usually have it. Oh, I don't like that. Why would you do that? Oh, wow. Has he got tackle? He has. Oh. See, to me, that was just an unnecessary risk. If you don't knock that guard down there, he goes there and he can punch this flimsy cage open. This is MML Pro, week 6 of 7. There's 4 teams fighting out 3 places. Whoever wins this will make the playoffs and have a good chance of getting the bye week. So it's huge. And he's using his Yeti before he's moved his other piece there. Oh, is he going to try and foul with the other piece? Oh, yeah. Oh, Bloodbowl. Well, okay. It worked. It worked. And he's off. Well, interesting foul. I don't like this at all. I mean, what did I say? I said he wouldn't do what Zijay did and leave a shot on the ball. Next turn, what does he do? He leaves a shot on the ball. I mean, he's got strength 4 strip ball here. I don't think he's got show hand, has he? Jesus Christ, Trip. You really should get punished for this. And it's your own fault. I mean, and this goes back to I think it was the pylon what mean he had to change it, but this is like taking candy from a baby. I mean, seriously, how to give up? Oh, Dub Skulls. He got him. He deserves to die, does the Terminator. And again, Trip is saved by the scatter. I wonder how Alan will be feeling right now. I bet Alan can't believe he just left a shot on the ball like that. And he's like, well, just bounce over here. We can pick the ball up and everyone's happy. You know. Trippers has got himself into such a mess here. And it really shouldn't have done. This should have been a very simple. There we go. Got the guard there. He's got the guard there as well. He's just probably thinking, do I want to... Yeah, I'd probably stay there, wouldn't you, if I had that? I won't push your luck. You've got guard on it. But awful play from Tripp. Really awful play. And Alma's such a good coach. He's like, if you want to give me the ball, give me the ball. Oh, God, I say, don't say you're gonna. So now he's probably going to have to trust his Yeti. I think. And that's never a good thing, you know. Oh, and here's another armor break. The armor breaks are coming in this turn. Nuffle is displeased with Trippers. Well, I don't know what you want to call it. So very well played by Alma. I mean, he was just poor play. And usually I turn around and say I don't like the play. I very rarely say poor play. But it was. And this is a one die if you didn't get him here. That ain't got a card, has it? No. Oh, wow. Oh, my word. Oh, my God. Have a word. Easy. It's not Trip. That's lucky. And you know it. That is why people get salty at Bloodbowl. It's a one die. Just needs to roll 6. Gets it. Now, the question is, can he get the ball? Because even if he gets the ball, I don't think he's in a safe spot here. But, you know, we'll see. Don't tell me about big guys. I don't like big guys are the best type. Well, I do like the big guys, but not in, but never do well for me usually. But you know, when you leave, there's not much what triggers me more than someone being in such a dominating position and then don't protect the ball when they've got the players, and then this happens. This half should be Tripp down here, winning 1-0. Easy. Easy. But he decided not to protect the ball. This is what you get. And I expect Alma will pick the ball now. Although he doesn't have any rerolls, so we'll see. But he's got a guy free here. He'll be like, I'm open. Yeah, well, they will. Bar a 1. But he's got short hands as well, so always come to help out. Maybe he's going to try and screen off. Well, the Yeti's done him well. He's been great for Tripp as a Yeti. But it could be in vain here. I don't know. It's early in the morning. I'm tired. just seeing someone give away the ball like that. But Almo will be extremely happy for the present. So Tripp is hoping for some luck here. Some bad rolls. Alma can, as we've seen already, put in some double ones. And Alma doesn't have a reroll. Tripp still has that. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Double one. Oh, my God. I'd love to have a camera or a microphone in Alma's PS4 now. I think we could be getting a bit swearing or in English or Russian. Well, where's going to push it that way? Okay. Well, Foo Fighters not done much since Term 1. Oh, this is why Blitz is salty. What? Oh, hey, oh, wait, what? Is he going for the serve? I mean, luckily, this has jump up. Oh wow! Is this a wind up? Is this a wind up? Is that a wind up? But, well, I tell you what. Oh, it's too early for this shit. He says it's a stupid mistake. It could have pushed this girl away from this guy, and he didn't. And then tries to dodge. I honestly thought he was going for some sort of... I mean, the thing is, I thought he was going to just come and pick up with this guy on the 3+ after he's hit everything. What was the plan? Pick up with the Berserker, or... Well, the way I'm looking at this half, it does feel like an Xbox match, doesn't it? It does feel like an Xbox match, Tony. It really does. Let's put it out there. Although, to be fair to Alma, I don't think Alma's done much wrong. To be fair, I think Tripperus is trying to impress the Xbox here. Maybe the pressure's getting to Trip. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Trip suffers from pressure. I don't know. You'd have to ask him. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. And this is why Bloodbowl is so salty. Now, I don't get salty a lot. But I think by now, I'd have woke my missus up with a few F this, F that, F. Oh, man, I don't want to speak to Alma after this game. Oh, God. I know I would be. I'd be brutally honest. And anyone who isn't at this point doesn't have a pulse. He's still going to pick the ball up, though. And he hasn't got a reroll either. But at least Tripp's done something. He's got someone into a scoring position. Does he need a GFR? No, he doesn't. He's movement 7. It's going to be all on the Berserker. The question is, will he throw more blocks first? Oh, man. It's soul destroying for poor Alma at the moment. It really is. I do like a little grumble, but I usually keep it together. But this, I'd be like, well, I don't know, Thunder. If you've watched this game, yeah, I know Trips regarded as one of the best, but this game has been very... Well, I don't know what you want to put. I don't know how you want to put this game. But when people are saying, is this an Xbox game? That probably sums it up better than I can. The dice have saved Trip this half. He's giving shots on the ball when he shouldn't have done. It's just been... Alma will... not be happy chappy. I mean, he still needs to pick the ball up, so it's not overwhelming yet. But yeah, Trippers with numbers is deadly. I think we all can agree with that. And Tripp is a good coach, but he's having a mare. Yeah, I like this play from Tripp though. Yeah, that's a good play. Oh man, what is Alma going to be thinking? Lucky boy. Well, as soon as you said that, boom. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you need luck. I think Carlton Cass is playing in the the seal at a PS4 final today, and someone said he won the game on something like a 1% play or something crazy like that, or 2% play. Sometimes you need a bit of luck, and Tripper's had that this half, and he put it on himself. All he did was cage up, but wanted the attrition, so couldn't cage up. But then dub ones, dub skulls, everything else, and poor Almet, who's really done nothing wrong all half, is probably going to see himself. Oh, I can't do it anymore. I can't keep repeating myself. Tripper's got away with murder. When someone turns around and says, "Is this an Xbox game?" that tells you how bad Tripper's played and got away with it. And I think Tripp will agree. Well, you might not agree with me, but everyone in the chat saw it. Yeah. Three, 4, 5. Oh wow! Oh wow! Here we go! Oh, God damn it! But he's strength 4, and he has strip ball. Yeah. This is why Almet is so good. He just doesn't give up, does he? It looked like he was going to score, and now, how many plays has he got on the 6? No, never count Almet out. It wasn't that long ago he beat the World Cup champ. Well, the World Cup they did in Clan. He beat Ornan with one armor break, I think. Won 3-1 or something crazy like that. And he drew out a 10-16 spike foul on our best player as well. That was very nice of him. And he killed him, but the joke wasn't him because it was the last game of the season, I think, and was changing teams anyway. I will be just trying to get this ball now. Try and blitz off this dude. Thing is though, when you play players like Almet, it can only improve your play if it makes you awkward. Just go back and watch the games. That's what I do. Even now, after playing the game for way over 20 years. Well, yeah, I can see why he's gone with the Yeti, but oh my word. The Yeti brings the boys in the yard. He's better than yours. I am an old man. Alma's older than I am. Well, there's some justice. He ain't scoring this half. Oh, someone's at the door. Give me a sec. Right then, what have I missed? Just had a delivery.
We're all expecting deliveries, aren't we? That's when we're all cool.
Oh well, you're all expecting deliveries, are you? Well, okay, well. They've all been waiting for deliveries apparently, so they're all up, coming to the door.
Well, you're the one Charlie's not up, but it's his
Oh yeah, his delivery, yeah, about right, yeah. So they're all waiting for deliveries, and this Mew gets up and gets it. To be fair, I was the only one downstairs. Yeah, this is going to be a bashy game. Alma does like to bash, you know, even though he's a Dark Elf player, he's a very aggressive player, very excellent player of Dark Elves. And Tripp just likes to break stuff, and he's very good at it. But like I said, it's hard for people who just come into the chat for me to and hear me say, well, Tripper's through that gate that half away, because he quite clearly did, but you'd have to see it to understand what I'm saying. And then obviously Nuffle in the end was like, you know what, Tripp, I'm going to punish you here, and your Yeti's going to catch it. Oh yeah, these two like playing against each other, definitely, and they're both great guys. They're both great coaches. But again, you know, let's see what happens here. But when you've got the numbers, oh well, there you go. You're dead. See you later, alligator. Bye bye. Is he happy in that? Probably not, but he might do. Oh, he has. The false blitz. Oh, my head hurts with all these blitz things. I don't know if you're on about the false blitz, what the dub skulls? Oh, I don't know. Oh, there's a skull. Have a bit of that. But the reason is, and this is what always makes me laugh, and this is why, like, and this, well, can you call this a kill team? I don't know. But the kill team mentality is he had the numbers, did Trip. He had the numbers. This game, bar a crazy cage dive on a 5+ or whatever, he would score. But Trip was more bothered about killing stuff. So he didn't make a cage. And he just let a shot in with a strength 4 strip baller. Bear in mind he doesn't have short hands. A clean shot on the ball. And it all went downhill from there. And this is the problem. You need to break stuff. I get that. But you know what's more important than breaking stuff? Is looking after the ball. You know? This is the difference between good bash coaches and not. You've got to look after the ball. Got to look after the ball. It's so important. You know, you win this game, you make the playoffs. You lose this game, and there's a chance you might not, depending on the other results. So, you know, that. And the thing with Alma is he's got so many good pieces, whereas if you leave a shot on the ball, it can get it done. And Alma had horrid dice at half. Absolutely horrid dice. Dub ones, dub skulls, everything went wrong for him. You know, a Yeti, blitz. What happens with the draw? Well, the draw's probably better for me and Hawker. Because, you know, a draw still puts him in an alright position. I think, not Trip, Alma was saying he's got the best strength of schedule, what I think is the first tiebreaker. I mean, Thunder might be able to confirm that. So the draw, I think, helps Alma more. Alma's got Southie last week, and I think Trip's got Zidja last week, I think. So they've both got Oak players. Yeah, I mean, and this is it. You see, this is why I always chuckle when people go on about the way I play and all this sort of stuff, and oh, he does this, but oh yeah, smoke break, of course. But you'll find out 99% of the time, even though I bash, I make sure the ball's safe. And that's it. I mean, this is it. This is the important thing. Yeah, it wasn't great, Trip. You got away with murder, and then you got screwed by your Yeti. Well, to be fair, Yeti's been really impressive. I mean, he caught it for you as well. He didn't know that you had to score. He was like, look, I'll get the ball for you as well, boss. It's unlike you, Trip. I mean, like I say, when I've seen you play well. Obviously, you get the numbers and everything, but I don't know if it's pressure. Is it pressure, Trip? Are you breaking down under the pressure? I mean, Alma's such a good coach, though. He will make you feel under pressure, but you know what, Trip? You know me, I don't mince my words. All you had to do was protect that ball, and you would have been 1-0 up. But you didn't. You went for the attrition, the kill team mentality, since everyone likes the word kill team, and it blew up in your face. And and Alma now is how many players has he got? Oh, he had plenty of chance to recover that ball. Plenty of chance. And it's not just that. He's got strength 4 pieces. What if they get the ball? Yeah, that I never got that. Obviously, it was just a bit of a brain fart, wasn't it? Because like you could have pushed that piece away, but you didn't. But that's why I thought, because you pushed him on, you was going for some sort of surf, and you was going to just go for the 3+ pickup with your berserker. What made sense. but then obviously you went and dodged. I mean, to be fair, there's two dodges you went to get the ball on the 3+ with a reroll, and you filled both. So you know, if one of those had worked, maybe that would have been all right. But yeah, strip ball, it's a thing, innit? I always look at strip ball and think, well, most teams have a sure-handed player, so I don't think it's that important. But the amount of times I see the ball end up with someone with not sure hands. I don't know. There's the C ladder final at 1, but I might get told off for streaming that one. I don't know about any Blitz games. I've got to do some recording for Blitz TV and get that all put together. But I'm not sure really. Right, while this is going on, I'm just going to go grab myself a coffee because I want to smoke Grey Card. He'll be back in a couple of minutes. Good old Alma. Yeah, has to calm his nerves with a cigarette. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Perfect defense. That really does help. It's not as good as Blitz, what Alma got, but I think that's pretty nice, isn't it? Sack was okay. I could afford it. Yeah, Trip. The point is, if you'd have caged up, you won't get in the ball. Bar a crazy dodging, or it'd probably only been a 1 die at best. Like I said, go back, see what you think. I mean, like I say, you know what you're doing. I just call it as I see it, and I'll you know, when you've got an easy cage to make the ball safe, in my humble opinion, that's what you do, especially against skill teams like elves. I could understand against like dwarfs or something like that, but against a high-powered elf team, no way. I'm making sure that ball's safe. Yeah, the Yeti's been amazing. Too good in the first half, wasn't he? Too good. But he did save the touchdown, did the Yeti as well. Don't forget that. On both sides. So, but yeah, this helps Trip a lot. This perfect defense. So we've got a good game on here. Both, like I said, both good coaches. Should be a good second half. Winner gets to the playoffs, and more importantly, I think what I should stress is that if they win this game, they've got a very, very good chance of getting the top seed, what will give them a bye in week 1. What will make them go, if I remember correctly, into the semi-finals. So it's huge that one of these two get a win. I think if Alma wins this, what he was saying about the strength of schedule, then he will get it. So we will see. Just checking Discord. So yeah, that's not a good start for Amber, because they didn't want this. Obviously, smartly played by Trip to put the Fend piece on there, and it's strength 4. Obviously, the Apple has gone Oh, and he's still out. Crikey, yeah. Well, that's a big blow for Trip. But he's, and obviously, and his killer's out as well. So both the killers have kept out. So obviously, Trip went for a foul. Is that Dubskull? Oh my God, Dubskull! Straight off the bat. I can't get this off now. Bloody Nora. There we go. Trip decided against the Babes and got the extra play, didn't he? And a Brab. I couldn't stand why he went for the Brab with 2 DPs he had on the. Straight away, smart play from Alma. As soon as he Dubskulled there, he was like, right, show hands, agility, 4. Let's get the ball safe. But Trip will be extremely happy with seeing that Dubskulls. And I suppose the thing is, mentally now, obviously, Alma would have been very frustrated with that first half. He would have gone from, crap, I'm thinking I'm going to be 1-0 down to, oh my God, he's giving me a shot on the ball. I've got the ball. I think I'm going to score and be 1-0 up at half time. Then obviously all the stuff went on, and then he saved the score, so it's 0-0. And I can imagine Alma's like, right, I've had such bad dice first half. Hopefully this will be my half to have good dice. And the first thing he comes up with is Dubskulls. So it'd be interesting to see the mentality at the moment for poor old Alma, because I feel like nothing's going right for him dice-wise. But we'll see. And I hate using dice as an excuse, but I do feel that, they've not helped him. Now, I presume this will be trying to get out the way, and he does. So, we trip in the stream, I'll delay what I'm thinking. Didn't realise till he spoke in the stream that he was in the stream, but I ain't really said much, have I? What would go as an advantage. Trip's good enough to do his own plays. Well, that's helpful. Noisy is going to get slapped. And the problem here for Alma is he can't afford many removals here. Or even stuns for that matter. Is there any dare players left? There is one dare player left there. So it's going to be a game of chess now, isn't it? Between these two teams. Will Trip just hold his line? Try and get a few players off? And then put the pressure on late. What did the Yeti do? I didn't see what the Yeti did. It's obviously done something though. Oh, he's going for the pressure. Put a bit of pressure on there, trying to... Well, this is going to be interesting to see how Alma does this side step. There's a few things he can do here, but we'll see. Plenty of options here. He can go on the attack, or he can go on the defence. He's gone on the defence. And Foo Fighters had a poor game. I think he did something good on the first turn. Apart from that, he's done garbage. He needs to play better for the Golden Discipline for sure. What happened with the Yeti? I didn't see the Yeti. Did he just? Oh, he's okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. So a little bit of pressure from here and here. So I would imagine Alan will be now trying to decide what can he do. I mean, he doesn't have to panic yet. I mean, he's got, like I said, he's got 3 plays there. He's at strength 4. He's got a witch strength 4 there. The loner's there. He can obviously withdraw plays from here. long as he doesn't roll any ones, what this team does like to do every so often. Right then. Sounds like my son's raging on Fall Guys. Oh dear, right. Let's go for that one, I think. Fair enough. Oh, that'd be nice if that was a break, but it doesn't. This is interesting. He's trying to keep him away, but the problem is he's agility 4, you know? I'm intrigued to see what he's doing here, his armor, because he's got no protection over here at all. And you presume this is where the Dark Elf players come in, so this is interesting. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. Well, now is he in trouble? I think he's in a little bit of trouble. There's going to be no tackle down there though, so he'd need the POW. And it is strength 4, but yeah, I think he did that because he'd realised that I'd left this door open here. And he thought, crap, I better like shut it. But in the end it didn't happen, did it? Yeah, it could have a big part to play here as well. He's had a good game as the 8. Triple be like, come on, give me one more. Yeah, you should have seen the first half, Gerd. Your brain would have melted, mate. Yeah, I think what it was is like he decided to dodge here because he knew that, well, I would have should have tried to maybe have dodged the Witch Elf out and come around that way. That I think might have been a safer play, but either way, it didn't work. And, well, this has been the hero for me, Scooter. He hasn't really broke nothing, but he's been well behaved. He got that one dive POW. What if he didn't get, Alma would have been in the lead bar now. So, unfortunately, caught the ball on turn 8. Yeah, the thing is, I find with elf coaches, they're very, very confident. So for me, as a more, well, I say more of a batch coach, 3+ always scare me. To an elf coach, it doesn't scare them. Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. Oh, Grease of Death Girl, she's been broken in half. But she's fine. Now, this is a tricky one now because he's running out of players. This, usually he'd let this go. This is a really tough one for him. That's a good piece, but he lets it go. That would have been a hard one to let go. Right, Foo Fighters done nothing. Absolute nothing. Again, Frenzy Trap, 1 die. He's testing Nuffle. He really is testing Nuffle today's trip. But again, a lot of PC coach would say, look, as long as you don't roll a 1, you're alright. You know, it's only skull what messes you up. I'm really intrigued to see what he's going to do. I would presume he's going to sort of have a 2 die. But he's going to lock everything else up. I wouldn't say that. The problem is, though, right, if he doesn't get this ball, you know, there's a chance the elves go the other way. You know? So he better find the POW. And he does as well. He better find the POW. Don't worry, I will find the POW. And I will take the ball. And I will drink vodka. Because that's what we do. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Danger, Will Robinson. Oh, dear. Oh, that's... The only good thing I can say for Alba is at least the scatter was a bit better. Oh, now Tripper's now showing why he has such a good record now. He's going to try and kill his own player. Is it going to be double 1? It's not, and Tripp is on the warpath here. Oh, look how brave he is. Oh, and the scatter's good. I would have dared done them JFRs. That's the difference between me and these big players like Tripperus. He has no fear. No fear at all. I don't care, Bernie. I don't care I'm AV7. This is beautiful elf turf. He whanned it. He did whan it. But be interested to see how Trip plays this now. Will he score or will he stall? That is the question. The elves are out of position. Can she get there? She can sort of get there. But it's all going wrong for the Alma train. It's getting derailed. Here she comes. I need the ball, thank you. Get out of the way, young man. Right, where's she gonna put it? Boom! Shakalaka. Have a bit of that. It's gonna be on the loner, isn't it? Come on, loner, you've got to do your job now. It's a good game. It's like heating up now, nice and tasty. Let's bring some more heat to the kitchen. And this is Alma. Oh no! He's failed the GFI. And here comes out the reroll. Don't Juan it, for the love of God. And he has! Proud Stars in the chat. He's started the Juan chant, and it's Juaned it again. Oh my word. Alma will be having steam coming out of his ears right now. And Tripperus will be laughing all the way to the bank. Oh, is Trip gonna do something? I don't know what Trip's gonna do. Well, you're the one who mentioned Juan, and the spirit of Juan came to the stadium. W, that can mean so many things. Let's see. Oh god, it's going on up here now. Yeah, yeah, it is. I mean, am I right in saying that a lot of you would be pretty much salty at the moment? Even though, oh my word, there's the Skulls Foo Fighter. I think he's trying his best to derail Trip's playoff push here. He has been awful. It's been a mental game. Oh my god, we're back up here again. And he's gonna just side step onto if he wants to, and just, oh, dearie me. My head hurts. Oh. It's like, does Trip not want the ball? I mean, I ain't seen Trip play for a while, but it comes across to me, oh my god, he's going for a one down with no reroll. That's balls of steel right there. Balls of steel. Absolute balls of steel. I would have done it. Oh my god. Oh my. Well, I honestly believe Trip's mentality is to kill. Because I can't think of any other way where this makes sense. This is a kill team mentality. I know what a kill team mentality looks like. And this is a kill team mentality. This game should be done now. This game should be done. We should be just talking about whatever else you guys want to talk about. This should be probably 2-0 now to Tripperus. I mean, obviously, I've got to speak to Alma after this game because obviously we've got our clan thing coming up. And I dare speak to the lad if he loses this. Well, there's him gone. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, this game, I mean, you win this game, you've got a really good chance of being the top team in the division. You guarantee playoffs. You know, and now now you're going to get punished. What? Grudge match or no grudge match? I always think with grudge matches, a lot of the time there's still a respect there. You know, grudge matches are one thing, but you know the best thing to do in a grudge match is to win the game. That's the best thing to do in a grudge match. You know? That's what you should be doing. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Unless, I mean, these two talk well in chat, so I don't think it's anything personal. They just have a good banter. I think, Tripp is a very bashy coach, isn't he? We know that. But this to me is just, well, I just don't know what to say because it's like I'm really surprised that he's turned down. He blew it in the first half, and he's not learnt his lesson in the second half. And eventually, Nuffle's going to turn around to Alm and say, "All right, I've had my fun. You can have the touchdown." You know, he's going to let that go. He needs that re-roll. So let's see what Tripp's going to do. He might Tripp my belt. Now, yeah, see, now you have to double down there. I think maybe the tackle piece might have been better on that, but who knows? I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know. I don't know. To me, obviously, I played a lot of the top leagues. I've come against a lot of kill teams. Obviously, people keep going about me being a kill team. What my pieces might be, but mentality I'm not, unless someone pees me off. But again, he's going to have to rely on a few dice here. I just look at it, and these are the sort of games when the PC guys pop into the stream. They'll look at this and go, "Oh, this is on console," because the PC players or the decent ones would have just scored. Tripp might still be able to do it. He might still be able to do it, but he's put himself in such a mess here. The Yeti finally's had enough. He's behaved himself really well all game. And he's only got one reroll now as well as Tripp. So if he fails this, is he? He's going with Foo. He's not going, I don't even know what's happening now. Foo Fight goes there, right? Okay, so he's done all the safe moves first. He better be, and he's failed more. I think he's failed every important dodge so far as Tripp. So he's probably due one. I don't know about that. Well, yeah, I mean, even this season, people have said you're the nicest team killer in Rebel because I'm like, you're right, mate. I try not to, do I? There's a failed dodge. Now, yeah. Oh, there's an injury. He was dead first time, and we've now got an thingy, yeah. The other thing I will say for Tripp in his defence is his dodges have been horrific. I haven't seen him pass one yet. But now he's in a pickle now. Should be 2 up. He's now could lose. And there's no tackle on there either. There's no tackle on this. And I've seen elves fail the easy stuff and then have no problem with the tougher stuff. Oh, the skulls right off the bat though! Oh my word! Oh, he gets an armor break though, and it is a KO, and all of a sudden these KOs are mounting up, and all of a sudden I think Almer. How many players are? I don't know how many players we got. Right, so we got 4 off there, so we're down to 7 that side, and 5 off there means 7 aside. We have 7 aside, but one of them is a Yeti. Yes, it is hurting now. You are right, it is hurting. He's already done a lot of double ones as Almer. Luckily, the witch is like, nope. Wow. How to blow a game of Bloodbowl. It's too early for it really is too early for streaming with this sort of game. Well, that's the thing. No major damage, so obviously Tripper's gone on this sort of like break thing, and he's not done anything apart from cost himself probably the game. It's crazy. It's crazy. He should be 2 up. Should be 2 up. He won't even, Oh, man. Unless they didn't want to make the playoffs. Can't believe that, though. Or maybe he was going too easy. Well, he wasn't even going too easy, was he? And I'm trying to think of why, apart from trying to break a team, why Tripp would do what he does. I mean, Tripp was going to turn around and say he wanted the numbers, but you know what? You want touchdowns as well. Oh, dear. And that's a nightmare. And again, if he'd have put the tackle piece on there, that would have failed. But he kept the tackle piece down here, what's now locked up. And it's, you know, it's just error. It's, I don't know. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I feel like I'm getting salty and it's not even my game. He needs to find some magic somewhere. This 10 will probably decide if he can somehow... Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. I mean, this, well, I'll tell you what. Terribly hungover. Why, did he go out somewhere? Did he go to one of them, I mean, we all have games like this, but, man, this is not the time you want to be, you know, hungover or not. I think we all know how to point and click to the end zone. I think we all know how to build a cage. You know, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, Tripp. Is that Dub Skulls? It is a Dub Skulls, and there's a POW. Again, needless block before going for the ball. I don't know where the blitz is coming from. Just don't have a clue. Oh, wow. And this is where I say, use your reroll. Oh, you can't, because you did a needless block down here and burnt it. Yep. It is Tripp. That's it. And you only yourself to blame, bud. I'm afraid. I don't think like that. I just if I do it in the right way. Oh my God! Trippus is alive! He's alive! Nuffle says, whoa. You all think I'm done with this game? You obviously haven't been paying attention to the last 13 10s. Whoa! Oh dear. It's the hope that kills you. Oh my, this is crazy. The thing is, we might get another double skull. I don't know what we're gonna get. I don't know, but it's all on like Donkey Kong. Oh dear. Come on, Tripp, what are we going for? Well, the wild animal's stunned. He's having none of this, and that's disastrous because he needed that. Luckily, he's got this dude down here, hasn't he? Oh, it's a JFR though, so he's bound to fail that. He can do the dodge, bound to fail the dodge. Everyone's failing everything. Maybe 4+ dodge. Uh-oh. Well, what an absolute beep show this has been. And after all that, Alma's got a chance. Well, if he'd have gone, no, if you'd gone for the GFI, you'd have been all right. That was probably the safer option because that would have kept the Ulf in place for the dodge away. So yeah, the right call would have been with this guy, and it would have at least worked for the GFI. So yet again, Blood of Amber have another chance to win the game. Surely this time they can't mess it up with the dice. just can't believe this game. I just really can't believe this game. But yeah, I think, you know, the GFI from this dude would have been more smart, because if you'd have failed it, then this... Well, he rolled a 6 anyway. This for the victory. She might... Do you know what? He might not even throw this. He doesn't have to throw this, does he? He just needs to lock this down. That'll do. That'll do. Well, it's been an exciting game. I don't know really else what I can say to anybody. Been an interesting game. I mean, these runners have Dauntless, don't they? So he's probably got a GFR 1 die if he can get something else there. No, I can't get that. Well, like I said, I'm stunned. This game should be 2-0. We shouldn't even be talking about this game on turn 16 or turn 15. Oh, now he's decided to. Well, that just sums up for me. Oh, I would have gone the other way. I would have based this guy. I would have definitely based this guy. I think that's an error from Alma. He needs to base the Dauntless guy. Unless Tripper's going to go for, I don't know. Yeah, he's gone for the right piece. But there is a GFI in this, I'm sure there is. And he needs to not fail it, and he does. And I do believe that is the game. I don't think there's any... Is there any GFIs needed? Probably not. No. And there you go. Easy as that. Just score. You don't need to do anything else. What's he... Wow. Wow, after all the dice in the game with no rerolls, you play the handoff. Wow. That I wouldn't even dare. And that is how you lose a game of Blood Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I'm not going to pull any punches. That was an absolute horror show. That should have been a 2-0. Thank you very much for coming, Alma. I'll take top spot. Deary me. Oh, Trip. Oh, was there a GFI in there? I didn't think there's... Was there a GFI in there? Oh, there you go. I'd already switched off. I thought I could just... Where was it? About here? Wasn't she about here? Maybe. Well, that makes more sense then. But, I don't know. Well, you know, Alma deserved the win. He shouldn't have got it, but he deserved it. I think that's the best way I can sum that up. Well, I don't know. Why? Might as well. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I ain't got a problem with turn 6. I ain't got a problem with turn 16 blocks. Yeah, extra 10 would be funny. Yeah, extra 10 would be funny. It would. Not for Alma, bless him, but just the way this game has gone, and then somehow Tripper scores to make it 1-1. Yeah, I can see. Yeah. Alma's like, please don't, please don't. So it's a dreaded thing, isn't it? But you know, full credit to Alma. I mean, he had a lot of horrendous dice. He was up against it. But what is it with coaches giving Alma chances? I'm starting to get jealous. You know, the opposing coaches get themselves into these really good positions and then go, you know what, Alma, have a shot on the ball. Most of us have to work our socks off to get a shot on the ball. I'm going to be really offended if I ever play a trip and he doesn't give me a shot on his ball. Really offended. I want my shot. Right, can he wow us all with a one-turner? That's what we need to see now. He's got no re-rolls, although I do believe he does have fan factor, so there's a chance he may. Obviously, no one back for the ball, so yeah, and that's the thing about Bloodbowl, isn't it, NTB? That is the thing, and he did the same against Jesty with that wizard. You know, and this is it. We all do it. I've done it. Everybody does it. But this game, to me, it screamed of kill team mentality. And anyone who disagrees with me, go back and watch it. That is the only way I can explain why this game went the way it did. One team wanted to win, the other team wanted to destroy a team. It's as simple as that. I can't think of any other reason why we have this result. You know, he didn't build a cage because he wanted to put the boat in and pile on instead of forming a cage. Perfect defense, game over. And then he could have scored down here and that, but again, he wanted to break stuff. You know? He threw a needless block at Itabe in his last reroll, what he needed up here. There's so many things we can do. I think Triple just have to say, look, game done. I know he's got to be honest with himself and as to look in the mirror and say, I threw that game away. Alma did enough to hold in there and got what he deserved, but Tripp has to, be honest with himself and and say I blew it. I blew it big time. I went for the attrition and it blew up in my face. And it might cost him. It depends obviously what I do and what Hawker does now. I disagree. I so disagree. There's so many mistakes, Tripp. But like I said, if you think you've only done one mistake, that's obviously, your opinion, but there's so many mistakes, so many, and that's why you lost. Should be 2-0 up. Go back and watch the game, and then come back to me, because I know sometimes it's hard playing and obviously in the heat of the battle, but you didn't do a cage. Let strength 4 2 die with strip ball. You had no show hands. That's not a mistake. I don't know what is. But, it is what it is. Doesn't matter if you agree with me or not. You know what you've done. So, if you think you've only made one mistake, that is obviously up to you. I think everybody else just about in chat sort of differently. Well, yeah, I mean, this team obviously knows a very aggressive team, and they do go and try and get loads of players off the pitch. So I get that. And Tripper's done well with that, But today was the day he needed to make sure the ball was safe. But who knows? Mia Hooker may make mistakes and we may throw it away. Now I've got the Pumas, who are a very good team, ex-champions, and Hooker's got that up-and-coming Dark Elf coach Donut, so, He's still got a chance to make the playoffs, definitely, his Trip, and he's got Zidje in the last game of the season, who I don't think. Oh, there you go. The only thing really that yet he's done wrong, and he gets KO'd for it. Shame. At least he's all right. His Scooter. It'd have been a shame if. The only thing. Obviously, Trippers was very unlucky when the ball scattered to his Yeti, who did the blitz on turn 8. That was unlucky. But at the end of the day, I call it as I see it. That should have been a 2-0 to goal and discipline. They didn't protect the ball. They got punished for it. And lone MVP. Yeah, well, I don't think Alma would be bothered about that. And obviously, Alma being one of my clan team, I'm happy he's won because we've got to play Team Xbox this week. And I want him in a good frame of mind, and I think that game will put him in that. Mate, I just like safe player. I like safe player. You've got the numbers, you're in a dominant position, you just need to cage up. You scored the touchdown. You went for a data player foul and you went for a power on, and I think and that left it open. Now, if you think letting a 2 die with a reroll on your ball carrier when he's got strip ball and he's got dark elves in the area is a safe play, you don't play elves. You play Norse. I mean, like I say, you can say what you want. I'd like to think most people will. You traded deep, yeah, but again, look at the score. This should be 2-0 your way. It's 1-0 his way. That's the problem with kill mentality. Oh, well, I broke this, I broke that. Yeah, did you win? Well, no, but I made sure he was off the pitch for all the game. 1-0 your... Well, either way, I think me and you can agree, Trip, that you should have won that game. I think, personally. Yeah, but if you'd have scored on your draft, let's just say you scored on your draft 1-0, and with that perfect defense, right, and the way that second half had gone, you should have been 2-0. Yeah? That's why I'm saying you should have won 2-0. All I'm trying to say to you, Trip, is whatever way you can say, right, I fouled him for this. I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to make you understand that by doing what you did, you gave a shot on the ball, and that's where it all went wrong. Where if you just caged up and protected the ball, you'd have scored. And even if we take the second half out of the equation, and you scored on your drive what you should have done, then it would have been 1-1 at the worst case scenario. It does matter though, because for the rest of that half you were scrambling. You were scrambling when you didn't need to scramble. All you need to do, and yes, it is quite dwarf tactics, is build a cage and walk down. He had nothing what could hurt you. You only took out his leaper. That's what I'm trying to say. You can say, well, I picked the ball pull, and you did, but you still didn't score. But, like I say, everyone plays the game differently, but as you know, I call it as I see it, and I call that as... My impression of that, and I wasn't the only one, was... It just felt like he's trying to kill a team instead of winning. He had no one's hurt because I did not cage. He got the... I don't understand where we're going, Trip. He got the ball off you. I don't get it. He had a clear shot on the ball. I don't know. I don't get it. You'd have... Right, you removed the killer, but it was a strength 4 with strip ball what got the ball loose. I get you got rid of the killer, but it cost you the game. Maybe 7k. Well, do you know what is cool? Winning. That's cool. That's what's cool, is winning. I don't know. Maybe I just respect elves more. Yeah, well, there you go. Exactly. They don't need the killer. It's nice to have the killer. I can understand Trip wanting to get rid of him because he's AV7 and it's a Mighty Blow Pylon piece, so it's like basically a claw pommer. So I get what Trip's saying. No, he doesn't need a killer. He does not need a killer. I've seen him play so many times, Alma, and he does not need a killer. Does not need a killer at all. In fact, I would go on record and say Alma's better without the killer because the amount of times he gives up positioning on a pile on what he doesn't need to do, like he did in the first half, probably makes it, probably handicaps him. Obviously, if he gets the removals, fair enough. But, he definitely doesn't need one. Like I said, he beat the World Cup, the Cyanide World Cup champion with one armor break. Didn't need it then, and he won 3-1. So, I think it's a bit unfair on Alma to say he needs a killer, because he doesn't need a killer. Maybe I'm blessed because I get to see him a lot more than most people. And, I see what he does in Clan, where he doesn't, always have killers, and he's up against a lot of good teams and better teams. You did, yeah, you did. Like I said, it was a good game. I think the neutral would have liked it to a certain extent. I think this is sort of game PC top dogs would have well, they'd have just gone, well, it's console player, what do you expect? And we know that they've said that. We know that they've said that. They even say that with good play. I just think it was a game Trip should have won. And if I was to go on discipline, and I have thrown games away before, I'd be in the mood for the next week. I think I did it in Rebel week 2. I woke up, I thought, you know what, we probably aren't going to make the playoffs. I'm just going to play it anyway. I don't feel like it, and I probably played the worst game in about 3 years, if that's possible. And then after that game, I was in such a mood, and then obviously every week after that, I really did have how can I put it, a chip on my shoulder, and just went on a rampage and never lost in the next 11 weeks. And obviously made the playoffs. Alm, I think, wants to come into the stream, so just bear with 1 second. See what he's got to say before we close it then. Got to find him though. Where are you, Alma? There he is. I presume when he says invite, he means to the gate. Let's have a look. I've invited you, Alma. Yeah, he does. He does. But in MML Pro, for some reason, coaches like to give him help. I don't know why. He doesn't need it. ZJ did it. Trippers has done it. Will Southey do it? Because South is a real nice coach. Hey, baby. Hey, man. I'm too nice.
Hey, mate. Playoffs, maybe.
Mate, I'm just like, you know, I should have had this stream finished, but obviously I'm having a discussion with Trip. Mate, well done. One team went for the win, the other team went to destroy. That's the way I looked at it. And the team that went for the win got the win. He says he made one mistake in the game. I disagree. I thought he made plenty.
I think we both made a few.
Well,
my first offensive series, I basically misclicked on the dodge.
Nice.
I didn't actually realise it was a tackle zone and think it was a 2-2 fail.
Yeah.
Because basically, like, I just complete brain fart moments. Besides that, Jesus fucking Christ, mate, I've not rolled as many double skulls and double snakes.
Well, I did,
Jesus.
Yeah, I did say though, like, it might have been earlier in the stream, I did say, look, the problem I have with Elmer is he does like to throw these double ones. And I understand with elves, when you roll the double one, it can put you in an awful predicament. And that's what people, you know, when they go on about elf playing or elves OP, they don't really understand that. That a double one, especially early on, could really mess you up. But I mean, leaving that, I mean, he says it wasn't a mistake, but come on. I mean, 2 die with strip ball on your ball carry when you could cage it up. I'm sorry, I'm not having that. He should cage that up. He didn't, and obviously you just went, I'll have the ball, mate. Cheers. And yeah, like I said, I was really impressed the way you played. Again, the only thing I'm salty over is why do these coaches give you chances? Why can't they just lock it down? It's like they don't respect your play, or they think Alma won't do that. Alma's not good enough to do that. Oh, I know he's being a World Cup champion, all that, but I'm going to keep giving him chances. And I'm like, just cage up, and you've got at worst a draw. Tripper's argument is, well, I did get the ball back, but it was a scramble. You made it a scramble, and if you didn't get that one dive from that Yeti, you was going to score in the first half. So I just thought, personally, he was getting away with murder, and you was doing the right calls in the first half, but Nuffle was like, nah, I'm not giving you it. Until that turn 8, when obviously the ball scattered to his Yeti, and the Yeti caught it.
I did actually message you during the game about that, mate. It was kind of like, I sidestepped into it, and I was like, okay, if it does leave it on the floor, he's got, like, the chance of picking it up. I don't think he had a re-roll at the time. I was like, if it goes into the ball, scatter it, and the Yeti catches it, or if it bounces behind, no score. So it was just basically, it was just like a effort, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, okay, if the Yeti catches it, the amount of times I've actually followed through on a frenzy or something, and you bloody knock the ball out and you catch it on turn 8, and you're like, oh great.
Yeah.
And that was kind of it. I was like hoping that it'd either bounce behind, so I think it was the Ulf, basically he'd have to go back, and then he'd be like, go back, I think, three plus pickup, and then 2 GFIs, if he was actually in range, if he went back.
Yeah.
Or the Yeti would catch it, and the Yeti caught it, and it was just like, okay, thanks. It was basically, if I wanted to go for a score myself, I don't scatter it, and I go, okay, I'll risk it. If it was 2 up or something like that, I don't scatter it, and I hope he fucks up the pickup, and then basically do the elf crap.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Trip, you see, you're saying we rolled the same amount of dub skulls. My stats were incredibly worse. It's got nothing to do with that. You had yourself in a position to protect the ball, and you didn't. I can't put it any more simpler than that. I don't know any coach who thinks giving a 2 die on your ball carrier when you don't have sure hands and you've got strip ball is good.
What I will say, Benny, to Trip, right, is I thought the game, I actually think my dice were much worse than Trip's in the game.
Well, he's saying otherwise.
But what I actually think happened was I'd do a double skull, which would basically stop me being in a great position and put me on the back foot. Then I'd do a snake eyes straight afterwards, which would put me in the shit.
Yeah.
Then Trip would recover, and then just when he was going to punch it in, or something like that, and secure it, he'd do the double skull. And then it'd tip it back to me, and then I'd kind of get it back. Yeah. And then the same thing had happened. I think it happened like 2 or 3 times where I had like double skull, then snake eyes, and then Trip quite quick after I had double skulls.
Yeah.
Or he'd fail like a 3 plus dodge or something like that with reroll, which is you expect to fail it, but you should.
Well, that is the only thing I did say. His 1 in 9 with his dodges were really unlucky, but. Then again, you rolled dub 1s, you rolled dub skulls. And like I said, he's saying he got the ball back, but if I remember correctly, he got the ball back because you rolled bad dice. If you'd have rolled just normal dice, you'd have had the ball. And like I said, he blitzed with the Yeti. He needed a power.
I snake-eyed the dodge on the Yeti.
Yeah.
When I was basically going to go round, I get 2 people marking up the ball, and then it was basically going to be, I think, dodge out with my short hands blitzer, because basically I don't think I had the reroll left at the time, so it was just like, okay, I'll use the short hands using the team for a reason. And hey, Tony, I think Yellow Box is Tony in it.
Yeah, it is Tony,
Yeah. Mate, I learned off your Kislev.
What? Mark Kislev? What, man? Oh, it's Kislev, alright. I mean, like I said, we all have our own view. Trippers obviously doesn't agree with me. That's fine. That's not a problem. But I will not back down with what I saw. And to be honest, usually in chat, you usually can get like about a 50-50 on tactics. But I think everybody saw the same as I did. It was just basically, as Tony said, positioning was the difference, and I agree with that. I think if the dice, I think basically Ahmad had horrid dice when he got the ball loose, and that's why he didn't score in the first half.
Actually, the blitz thing, I'll do the caveat as well. I had crap dice, but I started the game on a blitz, which immediately put Trip in a big hole, and blah blah. Similarly, then he had perfect events, and I'm like, okay, I don't even get my hits, and then that put me in a hole. And I think basically both of us struggled to get out that hole for the entire half. Almost.
I honestly thought Trip had done really well to get out that hole. He did.
It reminded me of Serious Jest in the playoffs last year, but he didn't have the wolf to be able to go. Sayonara.
I thought Trip did really well to recover the ball, and then I'm like, right, Trip's gonna cage up, and he's got this. He had the numbers, everything was going right, and I thought, right, this is 1-0. This is 1-0. There's no way. And I ironically said on the stream that ZJ left the cage open, but there's no way Trip will make the same mistake. Soon as I said that next turn he left the 2 die, and I'm like, wow. And you know me. I call it to see it. I can't. And that's the way I'm wired. It doesn't matter who it is, Bears or you, Trip, anyone. I just call the game as I saw it, and I will still say he threw that game away. Now I don't care what he says about. Well, he had this guy here, this guy there. But the fact of the matter was, when you end up, the Yeti on the 1 die saving, I don't hate you. Why would I hate you? You left the ball open. Like, I called Almer on the second half when he tried to go across because he hadn't covered it, and then I think he did a dub 1, and that dub 1 put you in with a chance of getting the ball and scoring in the second half, but he decided not to do that. You went for the attrition. That is what it is. But what I'm saying is you're wearing the bad dice, but Alma's dice came in bad times, and you still had the chance. And then you're throwing blocks before the ball, you dub skull Ben your last reroll, and then that costs you having a chance of getting the ball loose. It's just, you know, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say, you know. But yeah, I mean, I hear that, Trip. But again, there's a chain of order you should do stuff in. Like I said, you don't have to agree, but I will not, you know. Anybody who watches my streams know if you give it a 2 die on your ball carrier when you can protect it, I'm gonna call you out for it. If I do it, I'll call myself out for it. That's just the way I play. You obviously play a different way. You're quite happy to have a 2 die strip baller, get the ball loose from you. That's fine. If that's how you play, that's fine. But I like to keep the ball safe if I can. You know, that's just the way I play. And against elves as well, and especially Alma. You know, Alma's an extremely very, very good coach with Dark Elves and with Rats. If I can keep the ball safe from him... Well, I ain't seen you play Wood Elves yet. You know?
Think about Rats if they had a baby with Dark Elves.
Yeah.
And they suddenly put a tree in the middle.
But, you know... So yeah, so you conceded 3 touchdowns in 6 games. Right, well done. Again, doesn't help you here. You know? Like I said...
To be fair, Benny, I've played 6 games this season, and the only people who've scored past me are goblins.
Yeah.
Seriously?
How many touchdowns are you letting?
3.
3, so same as thingy then.
Yeah, all goblins.
And 2 of them against goblins. To be fair, you didn't have many players left on the pitch.
Yeah, and the Orc team was a goblin. It was a thrown goblin. Yeah. That's it, Tony, mate. I hope you enjoyed the game. It was a bit messy at times, but I don't know. I think I have a habit. When you were saying, Bernie, you know, like people underestimate it, I don't think actually is. I don't think Trip underestimates me. We've played enough that. 1 sec, mate. I think I'm just quite good at making like coaches that don't normally play messy games.
It was a messy game, for definite.
Yeah. You get that many like, snake eyes and skulls and all that. It will throw rhythm off in the game.
It's not like I say. It's not the first time I've seen you in a messy game, and it's not the first time I thought Alma's lost this and you've won it. And that is obviously a good sign of a good coach. Like I said, you know, when he was a Trip player, plays solid, plays well. But we all have games like this. He thinks he didn't do that wrong apart that one mistake. You know, I disagree, but then he could watch me and say, Bernie, that was a lot of rubbish. You did that wrong, you did that wrong, and sometimes I'd agree with him, and sometimes I might not agree with him. It all goes on the eye of the beholder.
For me, I was happy to see it, but at the same point, I felt confident I was going to get the ball out, purely because I could swarm them. Basically... we were over the left, we repositioned over the right, if that makes sense, like that, and he kind of, I had basically a couple of crap plays, I think a loner and a block liner, and they were tying up, I think it was a dirty player or a tackle player, no, I think it was the dirty player and the Yeti, and obviously the Yeti getting them out of the way, really good to actually get them completely out of the way, and then once he repositioned, I'm like, okay, I've got my three like blood steppers, 2 of them with guard, with my strip ball there. I think my witch was still on the pitch. My leap witch might have still been on the pitch at the time as well, or she already gone. I think she'd been fouled off. So I kind of like, okay, he hasn't got enough to completely secure that cage. I think he lost 2 players himself, like that, and I can reposition better than he can advance the cage, if that makes sense. So I'm going to get another 2 or 3 goals at it.
It could get a cage. There's definitely a cage on. It'd be tied to foul on and foul, so that's why there's a cage.
And the problem is, though, with my killer was still in the first half, and then he decided to like sleep out the second half because I've done enough. I'm not the player out. That's me done for the week. Right? Trip's going to go down on a slow cage. I'm knocking him over every time, and I'm probably knocking it Ulf over. One of his good players, and I'm going to knock him over, and I'm going to pile on because I don't need a pile on guy on his feet because Trip at that point can't foul me, and that's kind of disjointing the game helps on fouls. When the game's like really condensed and very thingy, Trip's just going to pick me off. He's going to knock one over, 3 players, bink. Okay, he's gone. Yeah. When the play's scattered all over the pitch, it's harder to foul. And I actually watched the game at Calcium Kaz the other day. He was playing Best Dark Elves, and the guy just strung them out. And Kaz was basically like, okay, 1 assist fouls.
Yeah.
Stupid, you know what I mean?
Smart
and then, second half, but he did, like, got 2 players sent off, and then for, like, the last 10 turns, he wasn't fouling. Because I think he realised, I can't foul the guy because the guy's spreading myself out too much.
Yeah.
And Tripp had the bribe went, but he still had a dirty player, and don't really want, like, level 6 players getting kicked by a dirty player and getting piled on and blah blah blah, because the dirty player is the most dangerous player on the pitch for me in that game. Because I know Tripp doesn't really, he goes for frenzy over tackle because, okay, the 2 hits, blah blah blah, and there's logic to it. It makes math sense. Obviously, the frenzy player with tackle is deadly. Yeah. But I don't think Tripp's like, he's not stupid. He will add tackle if they survive to that point. You know what I mean? That's the next progression skill for them.
Yeah.
But when you're frenzy and sidesteppers, okay, thanks, because it's giving me 2 free squares of movement where I can basically go, okay,
I noticed that.
I can lock, I like, as long as my Apo's alive, basically not used. Okay, whatever, I'll give you that extra hit. Okay, I'll tie the other player up, I'll sidestep onto him.
Yeah.
Okay, and like, I think right near the, like, 10, 12, he was basically bouncing a couple of my sidesteppers around. And my intention is, okay, I need to get them marked up on Frenzy, and then I can start moving them around and try to mark up other players. And one player can tie up 2 or 3 players that way. And it was basically just, okay, if he gets the numbers down there, I've lost the game. So it's trying to keep his players up the other end of the pitch. And then basically, okay, I'll try to get the ball, and then once I get the ball, I can use the movements, and 2 or 3 of the players are going to be left behind. I knew Tripp would leave a scoring threat back as well. I think he left his strength 4 stand firm guy back, which is really good for me because, okay, he's the guy who can probably get the 2-die blocks easier on my players. Because the Ulf didn't really scare me. I'm not scared by strength 4 fantasy players.
The Ulf really didn't have a very good game. He was one of the few players who didn't. I saw how he was manipulating the side step against the frenzy. I like that, and I was thinking sometimes like, well, why are you doing that? Because it's going to block you with the guy. But he's obviously thinking, look, I'm going to get 4 die. I'll find the power from there. And if you do, it's great. But if you don't, obviously you're giving away positioning, or you're going to tag other players.
Fair play. In another game, mate, he goes, okay, yeah, and the 2 frenzy blocks, I go, oh, okay, and then bounces me to the next player kills him, and you go, oh shit, I probably should have sidestepped away. But as I said before the game, it's this was a kind of a playoff game. Winner goes playoffs, loser is in trouble. They're hoping that either you or Hawker drop at least 1 game now, which you both can do. Because Jesus Christ, mate, if you get my dice and the other person gets not Tripp's dice, because Tripp didn't have great dice by a long shot today, he had like enough double skulls that it kept me in it. Because if Tripp has like pretty much average dice in this game, I can't win it. Because there was just so many potato dice that I threw, you know what I mean? But if your opponent has like big badger dice, if that makes sense, in the first half, first year, and you're rolling double skulls and double ones, you can lose. I don't think you will lose. I don't think Hawker will lose. Although Hawker can get a bit cocky.
I get that. I mean, the thing is, though, he
lost the CL playoff, didn't he? Basically, because he was like, I've won this game. No, you haven't. You haven't won the game until 10-16.
Yeah, it was a bit of a worry. Again, trippers, but Bernie's used to heavy now, thick skull, stand firm dudes. No, I don't have. I have guard. I have heavy now. I've only just got stand firm. You don't need guards to do a cage. You can do a cage with any piece. Obviously, guard makes it easier. But I don't know. Like I said, I always look at it. If I've just played that game as Blood of Amber, I am high-fiving myself. I'm like, you are the man, Bernie. You are the man. How on earth did I win that? That's why I'm so good. If I'm the coach of Golden Discipline, I am in a freaking mood until I play my last game. I know I've just thrown that game away. And I would, just like I did in my second week in Rebel, I was in a mood for a week.
I actually felt that way, I think was it 2 or 3 seasons ago when we played.
Right.
And I after the game, I lost 2-0. But after the game, I'm like, how did I lose it? Because literally, my Kaz dice were stupid, and I killed like 2 players, crippled another one, kept numbers with them all the way through. But for some strange reason, kind of forgot you got to score. and I kind of got involved in, okay, I'm going to outbash them. I think we both threw like about 50 blocks in the game or something like that. And yeah, at the end of the game, the stats look really good until you get to the score and go,
well, that's it. I mean, that's what people are commenting. Like, it looked like he's just trying to kill your team. Shot the ball, let's just break his players, and then we'll go from there. And obviously, you know, in the end, it cost him the game. But obviously, he says he didn't make the mistake, so that's good for the rest of us. Keep doing them tactics, and we'll see how far you get. That I agree with Trip. That I will agree with you with. Obviously, if you wanted to have stable games, I would not play those. I totally agree with that. And the thing what annoys me about Trip is he says, "Oh, yeah, I'm coming down and hard at him." But how many times have I turned around and said, "Trip versus a nose coach is amazing. I love watching Trip play nose and all that." I say that all the time. But like I say, and I've said to you, and I've said to Bears, I've said to myself and everybody else, I call the game as I see it. You don't have to agree with it. But that's how I'm going to call it. And I know I can go back over this stream and point out to Trip or anybody else, here's what I didn't like. This. And then he can come back with his counter, and then I'll counter it. And I can agree with that as well. Gubbos, you just don't know what you're going to get with Gubbos. So again, I agree with that. And that had many turning points. And like I said, Alma was beating everybody, and it was the Goblins what actually took a point off him, and that's why I said at the beginning of the stream about Bloodbowl is, out of all the games Alma played, and he was 2-0 up as well. Yeah, there is that as well. He was 2-0 up, and for that to happen, you know, and this is why Bloodbowl is. And like I said, majority of that game I expected Trip to win, and it didn't. So you know, and I'm sure there's going to be more turns. You know, and like I said, I know Trip's a good enough coach. You could quite easily win next week, make the playoffs, and either me or Hawker might not make it. You know, I could have a nightmare against, I'll just say Alma then, against the Pumas. But you know what? I'd like to think I have a bad game. I'll hold my hand up and say, yeah, you know what? That was on me. And you know, I always believe in, like, you've got to be honest. Even after a game, I'll go back and watch, and I hate going back watching the ones I lose. But they're the ones I usually learn from, because when you're winning, nothing really matters, does it? But when you lose, that's the game you got to go back and look at. But yeah, so yeah, it was a good game. I mean, everyone was entertained. Everyone was like, whoa, especially the way it was going. And it looked like Trip had it done. Then you looked like you had it done. Then Trip had it done. Then the Yeti took the ball. And then the second half, perfect D. You then failed the dodge. He had the ball, didn't score. You got the ball. Dub skulls all over. Trip came on, said game over. Then you, I think, Dub skulled. He had the chance. He then, I don't know what he did. Oh, failed dodge.
Game over.
And game over. And I was like, wow, what a game. So it was a great game for the neutral, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it is what it is.
When the fixtures came out, because obviously the way the league's structured this year, not everybody's playing everybody. It was kind of the game I didn't want to play and wanted to play as well, because I know a lot of people give Trip shit and all that because of his personality over Discord or whatever. I actually like the guy. We talk a bit and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Even though he hates Russia and Russians, well, he doesn't hate Russians. He hates Russia, but we actually get on well. We were talking like politics and stuff before we actually played when we were waiting for Fulton to finish his blitz game. Yeah, but Trip's a good player. And
well, no one's denying
I looked at it and I was like, oh shit, now I've got to play Trip. Yeah. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play Trip because it's a fun game. And like ultimately, you're playing it for fun. I like playing Gerd for the same reason. Gerd is different. Gerd is like complete. Every single thing has got to be thingy, like pinpoints. Otherwise, you'll pick it apart. With Trip, you kind of force you to do things, and that's a different type of player. You know what I mean? There was a lot of things I was doing in this game that I was doing because I was reacting to what Trip's doing, and the idea behind like trying to break his team. I never actually felt in that game that he was trying to break my team. Actually playing it, and you know, we've played this game long enough. When somebody's out to break your team, you know it. I never actually felt like that in this game.
I think there was no. Yeah, I think the reason for that.
I think he was trying to do damage to my team to win the game.
Well, yeah, well, damage. Well,
but there's a huge difference.
I think when you've got a chance to score or look after the ball and you go for attrition, that always will look at as damage in a breaking a team.
I think Trip does the math. I think Trip does the math of my chance of failing this hit is very, very small, and if I remove a player, my chance of winning the game increases. Whereas if I go for the ball, I'm not only not doing the hit, I'm going to get the hit back if I actually fail it. And because he's AV7 and because Norse break quite easy, okay, if he actually says, okay, I'm going to go for the score, shit, failed, what happened to me on a couple of turns when I'm taking 4 or 5 blocks actually happens, but a lot of his players ain't got dodge and they got AD7. So therefore, like, Trip ends up with like 7 players and I've got 9. And then you're like, why didn't you take your hits? You're damned if you do, damned if you don't sometimes on it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the feeling I got.
I'll rephrase the question to you. Is your gameplay, when you play your game, do you like give 2-die shots at the ball all the time? Is that a good, successful tactic? Or would you rather cage? Would you want to give a 2-die with the guy with strip ball against, or do you want to cage? That's basically what I'm getting at. You go for attrition instead of protecting the cage. That was my and that's where we lost it. I don't care what he says. That's where I lost it. Now he can also say that the mistake he made.
Although I actually did do when my witch basically broke up upfield. That turn I actually positioned. I went, okay, I'm going to give him a shot on the witch. He's going to have to make rolls, but he can get a 2-die shot on the witch.
Was that the that was the JFR thing though, wasn't it? Was that like 10, 15? We said don't do the JFI.
No. It was about 10, 12. It's basically when the witch went to midfield.
Oh right, not the one where you had the ball then.
No, I basically blitzed off, double skulled. What a shock! And then re-rolled, knocked the guy over. Basically went to midfield, repositioned. Yeah. But I actually repositioned instead of like protecting the back end of the witch. I actually repositioned so I could get a hit on. I think it was a tackle player because I wanted them down. Well, basically I hit the tackle player and I hit one of his other players. I think I put the witch, actually the ball carrier, on the tackle player. So I could get a hit on him. And then I moved my guard piece around the side, away from the Yeti, and then basically got another block, rather than try to screen the witch. Because I was like, okay, if I can remove a couple of players, I've probably got the game. Yeah. And I'm forcing him to roll dice. He rolled the dice, he didn't fail, but he didn't actually knock the witch down, so...
Yeah, because on your drive in the second half, when you went to your left, it seemed like you left a big gap, and obviously you tried to use the witch to reinforce that. And obviously you failed that, and that's obviously what gave him the chance to get the ball loose on your drive in the second half. Where I would have thought you might have moved your ball carrot first, so at least it was with the Dark Elves. And if you did fail your dodge, what you did, you would have been in a better position.
I don't know. It was one of them games, by probably about halfway through the second half. I got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm taking the block first or moving the screening player, because if my ball carrier fucking double Snake Eyes, the ball's on the floor. I'd rather fail with that player, if that makes sense, because I was kind of already like, okay, I'm probably going to double skull or Snake Eyes at some point. So I might as well get it out of the way early in the turn, and I think it was the blitz to get the witch way. You
seem to do that a lot in playoff games or big important games.
Oh Christ, mate! Yeah.
I've never known anyone to roll so many. But yeah, I mean, it was a great, like I said, it was a great game.
It's a weird one, Bernie. It's happened that often now that it doesn't actually tip me anymore. Well, it kind of does when it's in the semi-final and it's versus Jester, and it's like, oh Jesus, no, not again.
Oh dear, bless you. But
the same happened in the bloody final at NTB in the first half. I couldn't roll anything. It was just like fail. Okay, yeah.
See, that's when elves are terrible, aren't they? Because they do stuff on 2+, but if they roll double 1, there's no reroll usually. So you're sort of screwed out, sort of thing. But I don't
know if Trip's still in chat, but the one thing I will say is, I'm not turning around and saying I won the game and I was diced, because I think elves have got the more ability to roll double skulls and roll double ones and still stay in the game. I think when it happens to Norse, once every 3 turns for Norse is as bad as once every 2 turns for elves, because elves can recover on that one turn.
I agree with that. I mean, with all the bash teams, it is a lot more, obviously, with turnovers like that. Dwarfs, for instance, Orcs, Norse. So I totally get what you're saying there. But like I said, I will stand by my guns that game should at least have been a draw for Trip. I know, I appreciate he's saying differently, and I respect his decision.
I kind of think a draw would have been a fair result, to be fair.
It probably would have been. And like I said, he was unlucky with the Yeti. He then obviously said he'd made that error where he pushed the Ulfa Wearer into your Witch Elf, didn't get a down, then dodge. So, that didn't help him either. But
Trip,
it's what it is.
Bernie always slags me off for wasting rerolls, And then again, every time I'm like, okay, I'm going to be really compact. I'm not going to waste my rerolls. I'm going to do them when I need to. By about turn 4, I've rolled 3 double skulls first action or something like that. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, but that is using rerolls in the right way. What I'm saying with rerolls is when it's a vanity reroll or you don't need to use it. That's the difference between them. You know, and we all do it. I remember doing it against Bad Jade. Obviously, he was kicking my ass. And obviously, I used my Troll Slayer. I think it was maybe very early on. And people were like, whoa, there's a vanity roll. I said, look, I was scared stiff to keep my bloody Troll Slayer and a Mighty Blow Claw piece. And I still got pushes anyway. But,
I agree with what Trip says as well. Trip makes you roll dice as well.
Yeah, and that was never the issue. That's never the issue. We know Trip does that. Like I said, Trip is...
I actually don't think Trip wasted the reroll in that game. I don't think I did. I've watched some of Trip's games. He quite often, even relatively early, he'll do like one to try to get a casualty on an important player. You know, I don't think I've actually done it at all in my game, which kind of, you know, it's a compliment, I guess, and it's also a thingy as well. Okay, I'm going to need the rerolls, and as it turned out, I think basically both of us were out of rerolls by turn.
I don't think
3 turns left.
I don't think either myself or anyone in chat said anybody wasted rerolls in that game. I think reroll management from both of you was fine. I don't think that was ever an issue. Like I said, my issue was, in my humble opinion, and like I said, I would strongly believe anybody watches this game back or watches it, I'd like to think the majority would agree with me. They might not all agree with me, but, you know, he had a chance to cage up. He didn't, and I still stand by that cost him at least a draw. You give a 2-die with strip ball against a non-sure-handed player with Dark Elves in the vicinity, that is a recipe for disaster. And I think any top coach will agree with me on that. If they don't, then that's fine. But, you know, I think that's where it changed. Did you both have bad dice? Tripper said he had worse dice than you. Statistically, by the looks of it. I think when you look at statistics, I think you've got to think of when did the bad dice happen. You know, if you're on Dub Skull, say your last action of the turn, what doesn't matter, they aren't really a problem, are they? Top coaches don't play notes? I'm sure there must be. I'm sure. Well, you're a top coach, Trip.
The top Norse coaches do.
You know, yeah, you're a top coach, Trip, and you know I've always said that. But I just think today, I just disagreed with what you put. Wender's a good coach. You play Norse, don't you, Wender, or do you play Necro now? But, you know, this is the thing, you see. I get nobody likes their like, tactics and things being told the wrong or they made a mistake. I get that. You know, and I've had things before where people said to me, Bernie, you messed that up. And I'm like, well, actually, no, I wanted to do this instead. So I get what Trip's saying in that, no, Bernie, this is the way I play and this is what I did. And my maths said this was the right call. So I understand that. But he's got to also understand that other people will see it a different way. And I definitely saw that a different way. And Trip knows I play ultra safe. You know, regardless if I play... I mean, even with the Lizards yesterday in Clan, I played ultra safe. I had a freaking nine-man cage. That's how safe I was playing.
I saw that cage.
Yeah, did you see that? I said, right, try using agility 5, get into that bad boy. And he was like, what am I supposed to do now? Exactly. I ain't even leaving one square. And he was like, hit me. I ain't hitting yet. I'm going to stay here and turn 16. I'm going to score and get the win, mate. That's how safe I am. And, you know, that's just the way I play.
Mate, maybe that's what that orc coach in Rebel was doing at that time, remember? When he just like got his orcs in a big block.
Yeah, exactly, against me. Yeah, and he was like,
2-0.
Yeah, and he was like, I'm not moving. I was like, bloody hell, I ain't even going to attempt to break that. I could have done if I wanted to kill his team, but I was like, nah, I'll take the win. But what I'm saying, everyone plays a different way, and like I said, the Nappany Nightmares Pro Star plays a completely different way. It's certainly totally opposite to what I play, but I enjoy watching him play. I enjoy watching Trip play Norse, but unfortunately, early in the morning, and I see that in a big playoff game, I'm like, Trip, man, just protect the ball, Trip. Protect the ball, please. Protect the ball, you're all right. But, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, he knows I'm a big fan of his Norse play. I just think today, it just didn't go for him. You played well, as always, and you get the win. That will probably lock you for top seed, because you said a strength schedule. As long as you go... it depends on results, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah, I'm in playoffs because.
You are in playoffs, I know that. That I do know.
Yeah, 100% in playoffs because I've got the head-to-head on Trip now.
Yeah, so the only team what can take top seed off you now. Oh no, I think Hawker can as well. You'd have to lose.
Yeah,
you'd have to lose your game.
I'd have to lose If a draw, I'll finish up with Hawker. If a win, I'm top seed.
Yeah.
It's Southie though, and like
I love
South's a good
Southie.
coach.
I love
He's a good
Southie.
coach, but he can play ball, but he can also play very well as well. And
Yeah.
like last time we played, it was a very hard game.
He's one of those what I call, well, I don't nickname him Daisy, but nickname Daisy. Some days you do, some days you don't.
Yeah,
You know, you don't know what you're going to get.
Himself, mate.
On his
He'd admit it
day,
himself.
he can beat anybody.
Yeah.
You know, and that could be a bit of a banana skin. And like I say, the big game for you, obviously, by the sounds of obviously you speaking, and obviously what a lot of the other playoff competitors were looking at was this game. Whoever won this game obviously made the playoffs, and also mentally would have the edge over that opponent if they played against each other again. And obviously now, like I say, I always look at that top seed would be good because you get the bye. I've seen so many times in C ladder playoffs, MML playoffs. Usually finish top, you think, oh right, okay, it's gonna be nice and easy, and then they get a horrendous draw. Whereas if you finish lower down, you get an easy draw. So that's why, in a way, I like the bye, because at least you can, if you get the top seed, at least you know you got the reward of one less game.
Clad is a weird one, because Jesus Christ, I think one of the Clad playoffs, I went in there and I had a Dark Elf team, and it was smashed to bits when I went in, and I think I got the semi-final.
It's funny how it can happen.
I have had perfect teams go, because I just got a really easy draw. I played like Flings, then played like Zones, and then played something else like that. And then I think I got like the guy who won it in the actual semi-final, and he just destroyed me. I think it was Dave, actually.
Dave's an extremely good coach.
Yeah,
really
and I actually cocked up and he beat me, blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, a lot of these games come down to two things with two good coaches.
Every time I've gone in there with a really, tweaked to perfection team, I'll get, Chorfs, or I'll get, Zerbel's Rats, who was just like, okay, his Rats are as tweaked as mine, because he played, 50 games with them like I did.
Yeah. But, I mean, like I say, it is what I always say with two good coaches. It comes down to one or two things: either bad dice at a wrong time, or a mistake, and the other coach is good enough to punish it. I always think they're usually the two things what usually decide a game. And like I said, a lot of people came into the stream. A lot of people enjoyed it. Some were cheering for Trip, some were cheering for you. You know, it was a good.
Whoa! People are cheering for Trip. Who the hell are these mad people?
Well, you know.
No, Trip's a popular coach.
You know. But yeah, even though it's a very good game. So we had quite a lot of people here early in the morning, not anything else to watch. So let's go watch this game. And like I said, it was an exciting game. Well, it doesn't matter what we agree on tactics-wise or whatever, everyone enjoyed the game. And at the end of the day, if people watch the stream and enjoy a game of Blood Bowl, then that's the winner in my opinion, regardless of the result. But yeah, so that now puts you... I'll just quickly look at the thing before I finally sign off. Let's have a look at where am I. God, so many teams I've got here. Oh, look at all these lovely elf teams, Trip, here. All these non-bash teams I've got here. Let's have a look. Schedule. So
it's like all these elf teams. 1000 TV, 980 TV, never been played.
2000 Orc team, 2000, you know. So yes, that's the first game of the week. So Blood of Amber get the win over Golden Discipline, and that puts Blood of Amber now on an amazing 5-1-0 with one game to go, and they will play the Orcs of the Yobs, the S1330 Souths. Win that, they guarantee top spot and go through on strength of schedule. Obviously, the Dwarfageddon now, thanks to triple loss, puts me second, or was I second already? I don't bloody know. So either way, I don't care. I obviously play the Pumas, so if I can win that
you
one...
do realise, mate, the way this lists it and all that, you were obviously second because it's alphabetical if you're tied on points.
Is it? Oh, well.
Yeah, that's how the number was off.
Tells you how much I care about it. So yeah, so there's still 4 teams in it. Shaky Duck said I don't think he said he could make it 6, 8, 11, 14.
I think he's not done.
He need a lot to go his way, but he could still
Dragoon's
get
not
it.
done. But
15.
because he plays you, it gives him a chance. But if you get a win this week, it's literally down to I think Hawker and Trip.
Yep. So what you're saying to me is win this game to punch my ticket in.
Basically, yeah. If you win this week, basically.
Then again, when you go down to strength of schedule first, because
Okay, strength of schedule.
Yeah, he does, Trip. He does. I agree with that. I'll
Yeah,
agree with that one.
Hooker's got, I think,
He's got
Badger,
and Donut. He plays no, he doesn't. He plays Donut and Zidji is what he plays.
No, he doesn't, mate. Does he? Or
let's have a look. Who did he play 7th week?
he doesn't play Zidji because
it's Trip.
no,
sorry,
Trip plays Zidji.
Trip plays Zidji. My opinion.
You should be Zidji, mate. I think Zidji is basically already on his break after this season.
He's not in a good spot, is he, poor Zidji at the moment?
No. I'm still laughing at him making the master race comment.
Yeah, that's never good if you're German and come up with that.
No. It's
but regarding
problem,
who's he got then? Who's he got? Right, hang on, let me get this. I've got Reptilian People week 7. You've got the South. Oh my God! So yeah, the Rats have the Tigers. 4-5-1, something like that. Although I will say this though, looking at for Hawkeye, these Rats I suppose you don't care. The thing Hawkeye will be worried about is what will he have left of his team.
I don't really bother Hawkeye.
No, because he's a rat. He doesn't care. Yeah. But you always like. But again, he's got the speed to keep his best pieces out of.
Mate, look at me and Clan, mate. I just went, okay, just give me the bare bones rat team. You know what I mean? Bare bones rat team. I'll just see what I can do.
So, can we see Zidge getting a result against Trip? Because AV9 against AV7. I mean, Trip's not quick. If Zidge gets the dice, he could do it.
Yeah. But AV9 versus AV7, when about 4 of that AV9 is either AV8 or
look at
Niggles.
Okay, let's have a look at Zid's team for him.
If Trip breaks armor at all, you'll be removing like 4 or 5 players.
Let's have a look.
He's got loads of Niggles.
He's got a lot of Niggles, that's the problem.
Yeah, 3 of the 4 blitzers are Niggled. The strength up Lino Bloat is Niggled. And I think that's it. I think it's got, and the one who's not Niggled blitzer is AV Bust. Actually, no, he's AV Bust with a Niggle, by the way.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Tripper says I have 2 DPs and 13 play. Yeah. I mean, fouls if they're work, they can be deadly and you could wipe. I mean, it's not.
So some coaches use inducements well as well, and I think Ziddy will have about 400k inducements. But do you think he'll use it well? I don't.
I don't know.
He'll pick Chainsaw, he'll pick Wizard, he'll pick a Troll or something like that.
Yeah, gotta get Ripper in there, yes.
Yeah.
And then pack him next to the Yeti.
And I think he'll just ignore the Wizard because he'll be like, okay, he won't use it well, he'll kill the Chainsaw in the first turn, and then he'll basically just break his team apart.
Well, Trip seems to be happy. He says there's a much less danger players than on Alma's team. Yeah, but Alma's got a really good set of 4 blitzers, and I suppose the difference there is Alma's players can get the ball and go with it. Where with this team,
the thing that makes my team work, mate, it's the Witch, the Leap Witch.
Well, because to be fair, Trip took that out early. He did a good thing and took that out early, and that helped him a lot.
I thought he'd try to take the Witches out because it's Trip.
Well,
it's Trip. It's a Witch. Yeah, because when that Witch is active, you got the 4 blitzers who are a pain in the arse. And you've got to keep an eye on the Witch as well because of the leap.
The Witch is a worry we know, guard. Even if you cage, I mean, you can leap in there with a 2 die. But he got rid of that early, so, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I always think with
you'll surf into bits, mate.
We'll see, won't we? We'll see how it goes. But yeah,
bloody hell! I think I surfed. Did I surf 2 of his blitzers when I played Zidji? Remember?
I can't. It hurt my head. I don't remember. Right, I'm just a look at Rat's team. They've got 1700 TV. Wow, they've shot up. This team looks. Oh man, I don't want to face this team.
Probably
Mighty Blow, Claw Storm Vermin. Movement 10 Gutter Runner, although as we know he doesn't really need it. A Mighty Blow, Claw Block Rat Ogre. This team all of a sudden needs a couple of DPs in there, and all of a sudden everyone's in trouble.
Just looking at what he's got.
This team's getting a bit too good now. Don't like this team though. Again, these are the sort of teams. These are the teams when this is the time when I wish that I was Elves if I have to play someone like the Rats. Because I can go speed for speed.
As I said, mate, I like Hawker. He's a really good guy with clan mates and stuff. Yeah. And I played him a couple of times when he's been playing Flings, and it's a pain in the arse to play when he's playing Flings.
He's a good positional coach.
But I'm playing this Rat team. I'm like, okay, I'm meeting that.
I'd be confident with your Dark Elves against this, definitely.
Yeah, he couldn't outmaneuver me. I just basically
and all your strength, and you've got your witch elf leaper and all that. Like I said,
Yeah,
your
but-
team is really well built. The only thing is
I
you've
think
got no bench.
Trips would cause a lot of damage to it as well. Imagine Trip with all them
Oh, Trip,
pylons on
Trip.
Yeah.
Norse on AB7, they'll love it, don't they? But again, it depends who it gets.
They love a bit.
I don't. How was the other side looking at anyway? The lesser side, shall we say?
I think it's what I was saying. I think Azrak and the Geo both top.
So we've got East coaches top of obviously East and top of West.
Oh, yep.
Oh well, there we go. Let's have a look at the leaderboard there then. So the Silver Suns, they're doing well. Pharaohs and the Wagons, they're joint second.
Yeah, they're playing each other this week.
Ooh, so let's have a look at the schedule for that one. So we've got. Oh well, the Morning Stars have been in a terrible run, but I think even they'll do the robbers of her. Free Power will beat Kisami as long as he doesn't get diced and get his team pitch cleared. Necromantics, I can see Jesse making it closer than it should be, but I think he'll win.
It's 1280 TV, the Curatons, you know.
Yeah, the Suns will kill the punchers.
With one Chaos Warrior.
The Suns will kill the punchers. The interesting ones are Wagons versus the Pharaohs.
I was actually thinking, you know me and Isaac talk now.
Oh, well.
I was talking to PM. I was talking to PM soon the other day, mate.
Yeah,
he's actually alright.
Yeah, I've never had an issue with him.
He was actually a bit worried about that game. The Isaac one, he was saying, a draw will be alright because I'm like my team and all that. I went, mate, you'll just smash him to pieces. I was saying, because like, he'll try to get like attrition and you'll just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see. I think there's some big
Cheers, winner, mate.
But yeah, that's just done then. We're way over 2 hours, 21 minutes. I think this game finished about 45 minutes ago. I'm going to go. I woke up and I've not even had my breakfast yet, mate. I'm wasting away here. I'm dying. So I'm going to go and have some treat. And then you know what I have to do after I've done that? I'll then go do our clan draft. Never stops, mate. Never stops, doesn't it? So we'll have to have a discussion about that because they want to get it done. That is bragging. I mean, we can't lose that. We'll never live it down.
Team Xbox.
Can't lose. We can't beat all the PC coaches and the PC teams and lose to Xbox. That would be just like.
We'll be fine, mate.
Oh, I hope so.
Just give me Irish round there.
Right, thanks everybody for the stream. Thanks for Trippers. Thanks to everyone else.
Cheers
Thanks
for the game, Trip, mate.
Good game. A lot of fun. And we'll see you in the next show. Bye-bye for now.